Hello and welcome to another episode of Live Feed with your host Richard Santiago. Live Feed is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher for all your digital resources. Check out travelingtechteacher.com and brought to you by bullyexposed.com. Get your Be Kind t-shirt. The Be Kind t-shirt at thebullyexposed.com. Showing love on the internet. Some people really don't know. I don't even think they're trying to show any love on the internet. It really is troubling. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but it's really troubling to me how sometimes you make a comment on the internet and a bunch of people will just have something negative to say about what you said. Michael L. Lewis, thank you for joining the show. We recently posted on our Instagram. Let me show you the post. I want to show you that post. Let me get to that. So that's the post. All right. That's the post. A stranger is a friend you haven't met. And some people posted some comments or some DMs and DMs, kind of a combination of both. One posted that a murderer is a friend you haven't met, something to that effect. Why are people taking things so literally? Yes, I don't want you to just walk up to anybody and think they can be friends. Of course not. That's not what the message is saying. But that's what some of you understood. Why? Why does your head go there? Why does your mind go there? You know, this post is meant for those people who have friends right in front of them but don't really see them. Hey, Danielle, thank you for joining the show. How you been? It's been a long time. While we're getting this show started, Van Laurel, the group Van Laurel sent me a new revised version of their song Always Stay, which I love. Fan of World of Pro Wrestling, thank you for joining the show. No, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. Can you give me, how did we meet? So, Danielle says she's doing good. I'm glad to hear that, Danielle. So, this post that we put up the other day, guys, about strangers or friends you haven't met, is for those of you that no, fan, I don't remember you. Refresh my memory. Yes, I know your mom is there. Are you enjoying having fun with your mom? So, there's a lot of you that have not taken to becoming friends with people that are right in front of you because you're shy or because you're embarrassed of what they're going to think about you. And that's what that post is for. I was on here before watching your live. It was last year. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for coming back. I do appreciate that. And you're a fan of wrestling, huh? Who's your favorite wrestler? So don't be afraid to be yourself and to turn a stranger into a friend. Now, I mean a good stranger, okay? I mean, you know, you don't want to meet people that you've actually, total strangers. These are people that you see every day that might be in school, but you never say hi to them. Thank you for smashing that heart. Danielle. Everyone, please smash that heart, whether you're watching this live or recorded. Yeah, don't be afraid to make friends with people. That's what that post is about. Not being afraid to take a person that you see every day that's still a stranger because you don't know their name, you don't know who they are. They might be a classmate, they might be someone you work with that you never said hello to. Go and say hello and turn that stranger into a friend. Okay, I'm not telling you guys to go out and and meet strangers and get yourself in any kind of trouble. Okay, that's not what it was. And it's really funny because the person removed their post. My favorite wrestler is The Undertaker and Big Dog Roman Reigns. I love The Undertaker too. I really don't watch a lot of wrestling now, but when I was a kid, I did. I watched a lot, and Undertaker was definitely my favorite. You're listening to the sounds of Van Laura. Van Laura on Instagram. Check her out. Follow her. She has some great music. And then the other day, somebody posted a picture of vegan, what was it? Hidden Ranch has a vegan flavored ranch dressing. And I made a comment about, well, I'm wondering to know what types of chemicals or items are in that ranch that you can't, of words you can't pronounce. And some people had some real stupid things to say, like a chemical is, everything is a chemical, is what they said. Well, if everything is a chemical, why don't you suck on some bleach or suck on some alcohol? You know, everything is a chemical, but not everything you want to put into your body. Not everything that's a chemical you want to put into your body. And these people are just ridiculous to, I think it's really it's a punk thing to do, in my opinion. These people are nothing but punks, people that will say something negative to someone that they don't know, and only because they feel brave because they're on the internet, right? Half these people would not say these things if they were speaking to me face to face. And I got a thumbs up from fan of World of Pro Wrestling. Thank you very much. And that's the shame of it all to me. That these people would not be saying any of this to me if it wasn't for that there was a barrier between us where I can't reach my hand out and choke them, because we're on the internet. So this is just a bunch of punks, in my opinion, who just want to make themselves feel good for a split second. And so what did I do? You probably were wondering. Well, here's what I did. I just really thank you very much. Fan says he likes my hat. Thank you. It's just a plain Scully, nothing big. I just pretty much told them that when they're doing this kind of thing that they're doing, that they're not defining me. They were not defining how intelligent I am. They're not defining how stupid I may be. They're defining themselves. They're defining how childish they are. They're defining how stupid that they are. Because if someone says, in my opinion, chemicals that you can't pronounce, I'm paraphrasing my post, then that tells me where that person's head is at, what they're thinking about, worrying about chemicals that might be in this ranch dressing. Because it's vegan ranch dressing, so it should be healthier for you. But if they load it up with a bunch of chemicals, then it's not really healthy for you. And that's where I was getting to. And in my opinion, that's where I went. That's what they should have understood. And if they didn't, then they should nicely, politely ask, I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean by asking about all these questions about chemicals? Because like I said, if everything is a chemical, go suck on some gasoline for a while, because that's a chemical. You know, fan of World of Wrestling says that I actually agree with everything you said. Thank you. You know, so these people, when you post something and they got nothing but negative things to say to you, you definitely have to just ignore them. Young Blue, thank you for joining the show. Send me some music, Young Blue. Young Blue is the creator of the theme song that you hear in the beginning of all and at the end of all our shows. Good to see you, Blue. Right now, you're listening to Van Laura. Check out Van Laura on Van Laura at Van Laura on Instagram. So you just gotta quickly just say to them, you know what, man? You got no brains, and I'm not going to engage with you. It's basically what I said. And then anything that comes after that, you just have to ignore. You just have to ignore. You know, you got to be a kind of person who wants intelligent conversation, and you're not going to get it there, so you move on. That's the way I look at it. And fans of World Pro Wrestling welcomes everyone to the show, especially Young Blue. Welcome everyone. Whether you're watching this live on the recorded version, smash that heart. What do you guys want to talk about? Smash that question mark and tell me what you guys want to talk about. Tell me what you thought about what I said. I mean, have you ever been in a situation where you're part of a group and you make a comment on a post, or you make a comment yourself and you get all these negative reactions to it when all you were trying to do was either ask a question? I think my question is legitimate, especially for people who are vegan. If you're gonna go vegan, it's for health reasons, right? I mean, well, no, that's not altogether true. I have to admit, I have to retract that. Most people, I think, that become vegan are doing it for the animals, you know, because they don't want to see the animals killed or some resource taken away from them. So that's why they become vegan. For me, that wasn't a strong part of it. For me, the strong part of it was my health, me. Like I tell you guys all the time, it's okay to be selfish once in a while. So I was really thinking of me, not animals, not anything else, me. The high rising chemicals that they put in food to make it last longer, to make it for tons of reasons, to make it stretch out. You know, they put chemicals for that. All these chemicals that they're putting in it, that was my reason for not wanting to consume meat anymore and animal products. So let's see. Blue says he's got some music for us to listen to. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. All right. So I don't know if I'm gonna assume this is the earliest one. All right, here we go. So it's music by Young Blue. This one is called A Lofi Story. Did I put Lofi? Did I pronounce that right, Blue? A Lofi Story. I don't know. So fan of World Pro Wrestling says, I hate people laughing at me, making fun of me because I said something. They make fun of me. Yeah, that's ridiculous. You know, you just but fan of pro wrestling, you just, what's wrong with the music? There we go. You just gotta ignore that. and don't say anything to them. You know, people are always going to be like that. There's nothing you can do. The best thing to do is to not engage, or engage in your terms, which is basically what I do. I'll say one thing, and then that's it. I won't say anything else to them. And as long as you opt out on Facebook, you can opt out of the post, and you just opt out of the post, and that's it. You know, or I forget the terminology they use, where you have no more. I forget the terminology. I'm sorry, but I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Low the fee, as in fire. Low. Well, I like the piano in it, that's for sure. So, but that always occurs. You're gonna always have those people that have sad lives, that really have nothing going on in their life. So they sit in front of the computer waiting for a chance to be rude on the internet to someone they don't know, to someone that they would have never said that to if it wasn't for the internet. And unfortunately, that's the negative part of the internet. But you always got to take the good with the bad, no matter what you do. Fan of pro wrestling says, sometimes I want to hit them, but I just walk away because they are not worth my time. Very good. Also, this is live in person. This is not on the internet. Okay, yeah. You know, I'm glad you brought that up. All right, let's go on to the next one. I'm glad you brought that up, fan of wrestling. Sometimes there are people that have the balls. This one's called Viral by YoungBlue.music. Sometimes there are people that are ballsy enough to say the things that they would say on the internet to you in person. And it sounds like that's what you're going through. Again, it's the same thing like on the internet. You have to ignore them and say your piece, you know, like, dude, whatever you want to say to them. You know, like I said, if you guys want to know what I said to these people, were that you're still kind of childish. You know, you behave childish, and I'm not going there with you. I got more better things to do, and so this is the last time you and I are gonna talk. And I turned off notifications. That's what it's called on Face. This was on Facebook, so I turned off notification, and I'm not going to receive anything that they reply about. So I'm not going to reply back. And even if it's a situation where you're face to face and they talk to you back, once you have determined that there is no intelligent life form with that person, you gotta just walk away and not deal with them, and not give them any time of day. Because if you give them a time of day, then your word is not good, because you said you were gonna walk. You're not paying any attention to them. Now you are paying attention to them. So you have to just walk away and keep it that way. Young Blue suggests that you block them. Yeah, if they're on the internet, definitely block them. You know, if this person, once I've said, you know, I'm not talking, I'm not going to, you know, there's no intelligent life form here, so to speak, is basically what I said. And I'm not going to talk to you anymore. If they try to engage with me, like maybe send a personal message. This one's called Toxic. Maybe send me a personal message or wrote something on my feed, then I definitely would just instantly block them, not say anything back to them. But once you have determined, A, you're not intelligent, you don't want to have an intelligent conversation, I'm not talking with you. You got to stick with that. That's the main thing. You can't say, you know what, I'm not going to talk to you, man. And then they say something like, they talk about your mother or something, and then you're like, yo, man, you can't talk about my mother. No, you just ignore them. Once you have determined to them that you are going to ignore them, you stick with that. Fan of pro wrestling says, yes, black haters, they're not worth it. That's right. That's right. It really shocks me sometimes how some of my friends would tell me that they have gotten blocked from Facebook because of something they said to someone who said something negative to them about what they said on Facebook, their post. You can't let people control you that much. That's basically what it is. If someone comes on right now on this live feed and says, I'm an idiot, whatever, and I get to the point where I'm cursing at them and I'm talking about their mother or whatever it is, that person has just controlled me. You have made that person control you. And no one should be able to control you but yourself, right? So don't let people control you. Don't let people, I guess I'm kind of boring myself here because I'm yawning, but don't let people control you is basically it. Young Blue says, the most I've ever got with my music is someone saying, not my style, but keep it up, bro. Hey, that's a good comment. That's a good comment, and that's a compliment. When you can get people to listen to your music when they don't like that type of music, that's good. Even if you got them to listen to it once, if you get them to love it, that's even better, Blue. But yeah, like I'm gonna be totally honest. Country music is not my cup of tea. It's not. But I do like a couple of country songs. Reba McEntire, I love Reba McEntire. McGraw, I think, is it McGraw? There's a song called Don't Take the Girl. I can't remember who sings it now, but I think it's McGraw. Yeah, I want to say it's McGraw. I love that song, Don't Take the Girl. Willie Nelson has wrote a few things that I've really enjoyed too. So we're going back at the top to Low Love Story. So even though it's not my cup of tea, even though it's not music I like, if I'm in a situation where you're only going to be able to listen to country music, those are my go-tos. And so it says a lot about these artists if they're able to turn someone that doesn't like country music or is not really a big fan to like those songs. Fan of wrestling says, in today's world, I feel we can't have a free speech because you can get arrested for saying stuff. Well, I want to just remind you, fan of pro wrestling, that free speech means that you can say that a president or a senator is not doing a good job. That's freedom of speech. And that came to be because back in the days when this was a settlement of England, you couldn't say anything bad about the king. So that's how that freedom of speech came to be. So when a person says freedom of speech, we don't have freedom of speech anymore. And what they want to say is that all black people are criminals or all Puerto Ricans or Hispanics are rapists, that's not freedom of speech. I just want to remind the world out there. That's not freedom of speech. That's hate speech, and there's no reason for it. Um, so, when a person is saying something, like I don't like rap music or I don't like country music, like I just said, um, that is freedom of speech. Um, if a person was to say that something bad should happen to all country singers, that is no longer freedom of speech. That is a hate speech, and that should never be tolerated. And it seems like some people, like you're saying, um, world of pro wrestling, some people don't know the difference between freedom of speech and hate speech. And so I just wanted to bring that out there for everyone that doesn't know the difference. Um, all right, let's go on to the next song from Blue. Where are we? I can't. Oh, there we go. I wasn't able to click over for some reason. All right, this one's viral, I think. Yep, viral. Um, let's see. Music I listen to is really hardstyle UK, hardcore, and EDM. Oh, cool. Um, I was saying this on the show the other day. Was I right, Blue? I think Blue was on the show. EMD is EMD considered Space Jesus? Space Jesus, is that considered EMD? Because I do like that kind of music. Um, Hardstyle UK hardcore. I do not know what that means. Is that a style of music or is that a style of EDM? EDM, electronic dance music. Um, let's see. I have a single called Viral with this instrumental, but the lyrics aren't appropriate for your show. Oh man, I'm gonna send it to me anyway. I'm gonna listen to it off air. But yeah, the basic gist for this show, guys. The basic thing we're talking about here is that when you got haters, because that's what they are. And remember, haters are just fans with attitudes. That's the way I look at it. When you have haters commenting and taking everything literal about what you're saying, um, best thing is to not to engage. You engage once, you tell them how ridiculous they are, tell them in a nice, kind way how stupid they are. You know, maybe you could say something nice like, if we harnessed all the energy of your brain waves, we could toast bread lightly. Something like that, and then just send them on their way. Because they're never going to really, nothing you can say really is gonna make them happy. Nothing really. All right, so here's the viral one. I'm gonna give a listen to just the viral with featuring Deshaun. Deshaun, is that who's on it? Let's see how bad these lyrics are. All right, you're listening to Viral featuring Deshaun. So a fan of wrestling says he has to go. Uh, he's hungry and he wants to eat. Hey, see you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to smash that heart, everybody. Fan of wrestling, smash that heart before you go. And whether you're watching this live or not, smash that heart. I did. I'm not listening to each and every word, but I didn't really hear anything negative so far. All right, here's one called War. Let's check out War. All right, this is War featuring Young Blue. Thanks for smashing their hearts. Thanks for showing the love. Oh, I forgot. I hate when I do this. I make these great little things up, and then I forget to post them up for you guys. Damn. Yeah, he says the N word. Yeah, I heard that. But to me, and I could be wrong, okay? The best thing to do is to ask an African American. But to me, if you hear the N word in a rap song, it really doesn't bother me, you know? Play it in a country song, we got a different story, but in a rap song, it really doesn't bother me, you know? And I guess it would depend on what the country song is saying with the N word, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it really does not bother me to hear that word on a rap song. Now, when they start talking about lady parts and guy parts and so on and so forth, that's when it's a problem, you know. But like my son listens to some songs and I'm like, all right, cut this off. I really don't want to hear this. And I grew up on rap. I'm gonna say it right now. I am gonna say it. Some of you may disagree with me, but I'm gonna say it. My era grew up. It created rap. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. Some of you might disagree, but my era. Come on, when did rap music come on the scene? 76, right? There was a song called Love. What is it? Love Rap. Love Rap by Spoonie G and the Treacherous Street. To the south, to the east, to the north, to the west. Come on, Spoonie G, or go off, or go off. Or yes, yes, y'all. And I ruined that. But it was how's it go? Yeah, yes, yes, y'all. While I was zooming down the street and I pushed on my brakes because I seen a fly girl, made me shiver and shake, and I blew my horn and she turned her head. And to the young lady, this is what I said. I said, baby, baby, come on over to my car and tell me your name so I can know who you are. That is Love Rap by Spoonie G. Okay, that came out. If I'm just taking a guess here. Okay, guys, don't destroy me if you find out different. Thank you for smashing that heart. But it came out around 76. Okay, I was 9 years old. I don't think anyone's heard of rap music before then. They were rapping, at parties, that private parties, that people would have before that. So my era created rap, but when my son comes up with some of these songs about what they're talking about with lady parts and guy parts and all this, I hate to sound old fashioned, but check, please. You know what I'm saying? I want out. I'm out, 500. So, but I can remember when I was young and I would play the songs and they would say things like, say things like, shut the front door, that's the kind of things they would do. They would say like mother sucker instead of saying motherfucker. That's the kind of things they did. Shut the front door, those kind of things. And my parents would get so mad, and I would tell them, well, he didn't say shut the F up. He said, shut the front door. And they still wouldn't buy it. And now I guess I'm old and now I see it, where, I don't know. I just think it's more creative to curse that way, by saying shut the front door, than to just come out and say, I'm gonna take my whatever and I'm gonna put it in whatever and do this, put some imagination to it. Prince was very good at that, at creating those those kind of innuendos, I think they're called. You know, Prince was very good at that. And now that to me is a lot better. It's a lot more creative than to just come out and say, you know, what you're going to do. That's me. Maybe I'm old. Maybe it's official. I'm old now. I'm an old guy talking old things. I don't know. What do you think, Blue? Or what do you think? Leave your message in the comments, whether you're watching this live or not. Leave your comments in there. What do you think? Am I too old now? Do you agree? I want to know. Do you agree with me that my era? I don't know how to put it. Is that how you say it? My era, or my, you know, my age group. I don't know how to put it. Is the ones that created. You brought another one out here, right? Let's see. What's this one? This one's Crazy. Crazy by Young Blues. Check it out. My era, my generation. That's the word. Generation. My generation created rap. We were the ones that did it. I can remember living in New York, going to parties. These guys would rent halls. You know, like if you had the money, right? You would rent a hall and you have a party with 500 people. My friends would rent these halls that can hold like 500 people. Charge people money to come in, you know, depending on, you know, how expensive the venue was. You charge, usually, though at that time it was $5, $7, $10. You come in and you would see guys like Biz Markie, LL Cool J, EPMD, who else? The list goes on. The list goes on. But this was before they were LL Cool J, before they were Biz Markie, before they were EPMD, way before. Trust me, they hadn't hit fame, they hadn't hit stardom. They were scrawny little New York City kids trying to do what they enjoy, and that is so cool. Now, you know, you have SoundCloud, and you have so many ways to become successful. You can open up an account on Instagram, start singing, and get noticed that way. I know a few people that have happened to. From my understanding, Carly B, I believe, was discovered that way by just sitting and watching. I mean, just sitting in and singing or rapping. I don't know what she did on Instagram, and boom, someone discovered her, and now she's the person she is now. Hey, Twizzler for a Brain, thank you for joining the show. How are you doing? Where are you from? Thank you so much. Twizzler for a Brain says, you're so inspirational. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying our channel. What do you want to talk about today? Anything you want to talk about? Yeah, we were basically talking about, before you came in, we were talking about people who just comment rudely on your post that you might have put on, or comment that you might have put on a post. Don't do it, guys. I hate to sound corny. This is going to really sound corny what I'm about to say, but if you don't have anything nice to say, you really shouldn't say anything. That's the way I look at it. And I think that's the way everyone should be. Let's see. I wish everyone could hear the things you say. Lots of people need to learn kindness. Thank you. Well, everyone can hear the things I have to say. You know what you do? You share my videos with your friends. And that's how everyone can hear So if you're out there, if you're like Twizzler for a Brain, and you wish that everyone can hear what I have to say, simply just share. Share what I say. Tell your friends, hey, look, here's somebody you gotta listen to. Listen to what he has to say. That's the best thing to do, guys. That's the best thing to do. And you're listening to music by Young Blue dot music, youngblue.music on Instagram. So that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Live Feed with your host, Richard Santiago. I want to remind you guys that Live Feed is brought to you by thebullyexposed.com, a 501c3 nonprofit organization geared at helping survivors of bullying. So let them help you, and brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher. For all your digital resources, check out travelingtechteacher.com. I want to thank everyone that's on the show, Twizzler for Brain, my good friend Young Blue, fan of pro wrestling, and everyone else that came on. Thank you for smashing that heart. Continue to smash that heart whether you're watching this live or recorded version. And remember to show your love on the internet the proper way, with positive things. If you cannot find anything positive to talk about, go on to the next post. Remember, anyone can wear the crown. Anyone can be a hero. Be kind to one another, guys, and have a great day. Bye.